Welcome back to the channel, everyone. It is that day. Madden 24 finally revealed, and we got a bunch of info today actually about the game. We'll take a quick watch of the trailer here, and I saw some leaked, I'm putting this in air quotes, leaked screenshots, and I thought it looked pretty bad, honestly, but I don't know, actually looks kind of decent here. It looks like, I guess the screenshots I saw must have been the last gen version of the game. But you see through here, I think everything looks pretty good. I guess one of the things they said is that they reworked a lot of just the normal AI in the game. So, you know, they always say this every year. Once again, we'll have to actually see it to believe it, but it sounds like, you know, they'll actually go and block players that need to be blocked, things like that. I think earlier you saw Kirk Cousins getting blocked on a pick 6 return by Micah Parsons, clearing the way for Trayvon Diggs to probably score the pick 6. So once again, not something you necessarily saw too often in Madden 23 and previous versions of the game. So that's nice to see. Also, saw one of those screenshots, you saw mini games, and that is one of the big return features. Here's some screenshots here. This is on the EA website. Once again, if you can't get there for whatever reason, I don't know why you couldn't be able to get there, but let's say you don't want to go there. Here it is right here in this video. Screenshots. It's an outdoor shot of the Raiders Stadium. Looks pretty nice. Justin Jefferson looks really good. Once again, this is all stuff that is on next gen only. Basically, if you go through that website and you read sort of the gridiron notes, it's almost every feature outside, I think, like the MUT stuff is like for PS5, Xbox, and PC only. Like basically this year, everything is just really for next gen only. So if you're a last gen guy, yeah, this is probably not great news for you. Everything you see here, this is a little graphic I made here. And these are the new to franchise features for Madden 24. So let's get with number 1 here. Upgrade your team with fan favorite mini games returning to Madden 24. So there goes one of my things I had on my wish list almost for the past like 4 years. Gone. But test your skills with dozens of new mini games, including moving obstacles and destructible targets. In franchise, training camp, or weekly strategy, you will be able to play these outside of franchise as well if you want to. That's one of the things that they that was like kind of little note they put in at the end of it there. So you will be able to play these outside of franchise or in your franchise, earn upgrades for your players. So I think that's really cool. Just another way to upgrade our players. I think that's just great. It just adds, I think, I don't want to say it's like immersion, it's just more of a video game thing, right? It's more of like, this is a game, let's have some fun here, and I'm glad that they sort of remembered that and re-added this into the game after years of people asking, and I'm not the only one who's been asking. So many people talk about wanting this stuff back in the game, so I hope these are fun to play, and I hope they actually really give you some decent boosts for your players. Number 2 here, utilize a streamlined team relocation feature with new cities, logos, and uniforms to create your own franchise story. Now, when I first read the website, it just said streamlined relocation feature, and I just assumed that meant, oh, okay, instead of you having to wait a week after in doing each step for a week, I thought it was just sort of streamlining it into just one sort of thing. I didn't think they was going to add any new uniforms, cities, logos, all that other stuff, and it looks like they actually did. So we have new cities, logos, uniforms, and all that other stuff here in Relocation. So I actually hopefully the franchise mode is actually stable this year, and I'll actually be able to do a Relocation series. By the time I even got to doing a Relocation series, it was kind of late in the Madden cycle, and everyone was just kind of over the game at that point. So hopefully I'll be able to actually do that and actually upload it for you guys here on the channel for Madden 24. And there'll be some new teams and things like that, logos, uniforms, and also sort of refreshing that mode for everyone, that feature of the mode for everyone. So I think that's really good going forward in Madden 24. Hopefully they stay on it and we kind of get some new stuff every year, maybe some new stadiums. There's nothing that says anything about stadiums, so that is a little disappointing, but either way, hopefully we can get some new stadiums moving forward here, especially with NCAA returning. So you would think they'd maybe have some new tools to stadiums to give us some different things like that. So number 3 here on the list, build your future using Free Agency 2.0 by restructuring contracts and making counter offers to cornerstone playmakers. So that's pretty interesting to see that. I didn't necessarily have too much of a problem with free agency. I actually thought it was pretty nice. So, you know, actually being able to restructure contracts. So I guess like my guess is if you're tight on cap, You can sort of, I don't know, change money around. You know, the way the NFL teams do it, they're always changing money. You always hear the memes on social media how the salary cap is fake. It's not real. It is real, but it's, you can navigate the salary cap in the NFL. And it sounds like they're finally giving us those features here where it's not so hard line. It's not so rigid. You could go into the edit player thing and kind of change around the numbers on the contract and sort of like restructure it that way if you wanted to. But it looks like they're actually going to give us that feature. So my guess is, the only example I can give is, let's say you have a player and he's making, 15 million. He counts 15 million on your cap this year. And let's say you want to go sign a corner and you want to free up, I don't know, 6 million a cap. So my guess is you can maybe change something on the contract, make however much of it the signing bonus, and then convert some of that salary to signing bonus so you can open up a little bit of space. It'll penalize you on your cap next year, but this year you created some space, you push some money off into next year to be able to go out and sign a player or be able to have space to re-sign a player, is my guess, is sort of how that's going to work. And then counter offers, I wonder if that's more of a thing where, before guys would just not re-sign with you. They wouldn't even give you an option. So maybe this year they'll say, we'll sign for this offer, and then you can make a counter offer, maybe with some, I don't know. It doesn't say anything about incentives or anything like that, so I don't think incentive-based contracts are in the game just yet. So maybe that's something I'll put on the wish list for Madden 25. But either way, yeah. So, really good feature. I think that's a good thing to just keep. Again, this is what I like to see here with this. Instead of just, introducing a new feature and then leaving it to sort of die on the vine, it looks like they're actually going to build upon a feature that they introduced last year and sort of the rework contracts and free agency and things like that. I like that. I actually like the idea of them reworking things and, not just letting things sit sort of in the corner. Like, all right, well, you got your 1 year in the sort of in those limelight. Now go sit in the corner and you'll be forgotten about. No, keep upgrading the feature, keep making it better. That's how you make this mode better. That's how you make people look forward to playing the mode. If there's an issue you had with the feature, if you think they should have added this, well, hey, this year they're actually kind of doing that. So I think that's pretty cool. Then our last one here, acquire and retain superstars using 50 new draft generators, new trade logic tuning, 6 trade slots, and this one's really cool here, new talent trees for coaches. So again, something that I had on my wish list for Madden 24 gets checked here. So I think a couple things I had actually got checked here. Still no full-on creative team, but again, I think this is really awesome here to actually see this. I thought Madden 23 was solid, but I thought, there wasn't too many things that kind of got you excited to play franchise. It felt a lot like Madden 22, if I'm being honest. And I think a lot of this here, just the mini games, I think the draft generators are pretty interesting because if I'm correct, what they mean by that is sort of, there would be sort of these random player generators, and they would basically be archetypes, right? You'd get those sort of generational players. It sounds like they've added 50 kind of different unique ones into the game. There's already a bunch of them last year, different builds and things like that. I think Bangle did a couple of videos actually getting these players, sort of these generational talents. Sounds like there's a lot more of them, right? I don't know if there was like generational defensive tackles and things like that, or linemen. There might have been, I don't remember, but hopefully it's more things like that, sort of these sort of players that kind of stick out and kind of make your franchise a lot more fun. Trade logic tuning, that's always needed some fixing. They didn't really go into like what that meant, so we don't know just yet on what the exact like logic tunes are. I'm sure we'll eventually get a franchise gridiron notes thing, and then we'll sort of all will be revealed to us then. 6 trade slots, I like that. I believe before It doesn't say anything about like 3-team trades. Granted, you don't see too many trades like that in the NFL, but it is nice to sort of just see 6 trade slots. There are times when you're trying to add like a bunch of picks and players and you kind of can't do it. You're kind of limited in previous years. This year, that shouldn't be a problem. You should be able to, you know, package up players and a bunch of picks if you need to be able to do a big trade like that. And then new talent trees for coaches. I thought this was really important because, you know, I believe 2 years ago, Madden 22, we got the talent trees for coaches, and it was kind of just samey. If I'm being honest, it was sort of just, it was really cool in Madden 22, and then they didn't do anything with it for Madden 23. It seems like they were able to get onto it here in Madden 24 and add some new talent trees for the coaches, which I think is very important. I think that's once again, the talent trees I think is a really cool feature. But you have to make it so, like I said, it's not just 2 branching paths. I would like to see maybe 4 or 5 different branching paths for coaches that really make each coach unique, and then which in turn would make each kind of team unique as well. I hope that goes for not just head coach, but also offensive coordinators, defensive coordinators, and so many other things in the game that just kind of make each team kind of different, kind of unique, kind of a different feel in your franchise. And it'll be cool to sort of see across different franchises how that develops as you go throughout your franchise, kind of just make it a different experience every time. So there is Madden 24 new franchise stuff. What do you guys think about the franchise reveal? Are you hyped for it? Are you going to smash that pre-order button on your console? I'm sure you're probably going to get a thing. If you're still playing Madden 23, I'm sure you'll get a thing eventually where it's like, hey, pre-order the game. If you are going to pre-order Madden 24, be sure to wait until they do it on Madden 20. I believe every year they always have like a special deal. If you pre-order Madden 20, the new Madden in the previous year's Maddens, you usually get like an additional like 10-15% like off of the game, even if on top of like your EA Play if you have that. So be sure to wait for that. Save yourself some money. And yeah, so I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to read through some more of the gameplay stuff that they added. I might do a video on that, some of the new features they added to gameplay. And yeah, so what do you guys think? What are you most excited for here in Madden 24 franchise mode? Do you already have ideas of what team you're going to pick? I have some ideas on what teams I'm going to pick, so let me know in the comments section below. Be sure to leave a like, be sure to hit subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.